Hi, my project is on the effect of hair's ability to absorb gasoline on Gliotricia, also known as cyanobacteria mixture. Oil spills are a common occurrence all around the world. The U.S. EPA calculated there are 70 per day. Oil spills are frequent due to the difficult process of obtaining it from the earth. Spills can occur at any of the steps, including drilling, refining, storing, and transporting. Oil has the ability to disperse very rapidly, where at any of these steps it can quickly diffuse and cause devastating effects. In 1989, Philip McQuarrie came up with an idea to change the feature of oil spill cleanups by inventing the hair mat. My project specifies exactly what type of hair and color is best used for soaking up gasoline and type of light oil. The picture shows McQuarrie's hair mat invention. My experiment used human hair, cat hair, and dog hair, as well as having color of hair for each of those categories, black, brown, and blonde. I put the hair in a nylon pantyhose and placed it in cyanobacteria gasoline mixture. I measured the change in mass as well as the change of cyanobacteria seen. However, no cyanobacteria was seen due to the harsh effects of the gasoline. With nearly 370,000 hair salons in the U.S. and nearly twice as many pet groomers and veterinarians, hair is inexpensive and efficient. Every single one of these on average produces 1 pound of hair a day. Oil is constantly entering the environment in many different ways and many different forms. Every day, 50 to 100 species of plants and animals become extinct due to human influences. The Exxon Valdez spill left 15,000 otters dead, 36,000 seabirds dead, 100 bald eagles dead, and actually, the sea otters in the middle, their hair absorbs the oil, so they slowly drown because they're unable to float. Oils are divided into two categories, with petroleum and without petroleum. Petroleum oils can be broken down even further into 4 subcategories, which are classified by their viscosity, volatility, and toxicity. The daily amount of oil used around the world is 3,570,000,000 gallons, with the U.S. using 700 million gallons a day. 80% of volume spilled came from pipelines and other facilities. Crude oil accounts for the greatest volume, but it can be cleaned up because it does not evaporate. However, light oils like gasoline account for the greatest number of spills, with 36%. Approximately 20,000 oil spills are reported each year, however, most of them go unreported. 1 gallon of used motor oil can contaminate 1 million gallons of fresh water. The U.S. generates a total of 1.3 billion gallons of waste oil each year, of which 80 million gallons are recycled and 50 million gallons are disposed of improperly. As you can see from the graph, oils going down the drain account for 363 million gallons, while big oil spills like crude oil only accounts for 37 million. Some of the side effects listed by BP and Hess on the MSDS sheets include dizziness, loss of balance and coordination, headaches, respiratory failure, blurred vision, fatigue, tremors, loss of consciousness, and death. McQuarrie's invention has been used in several spills, including the BP oil spill. With this in mind, the purpose of my experiment was to determine which type of hair, either dog hair, human hair, or cat hair, and hair color, either black, brown, or blonde, would absorb the most gasoline. 98% of the oil spill can be reclaimed by the hair. Once the hair is recovered, it can be disposed of properly, or it can be wrung out and used up to 100 more times. If gasoline is exposed to cyanobacteria and the hair is used as treatment, then dog hair that is black will absorb more oil than human hair or cat hair that is blonde or brown. I used several materials, most importantly cyanobacteria, gasoline, nylon pantyhose, type of hair, color of hair, and water. The independent variable is the type of hair and the hair color, while the dependent variable is the amount of gasoline mixture absorbed and the amount of cyanobacteria found left living. The control variable is the amount of diluted cyanobacteria mixture, the amount of hair placed in the nylon bag, the overall weight of the bag, the time allowed to absorb, and the time allowed for the hair to drip before placed on the scale. The same procedure was used for all trials. First, I gathered materials needed, cut 2 2-inch by 1.5-inch pieces of nylon, gathered 1.5 grams of hair, took the 2 pieces, filled it with the hair, used a hot glue gun to seal the bag, added 2 milliliters of plant growth to 1 gallon of water as a fertilizer for cyanobacteria, took 10 milliliters of fertilizer to 100% cyanobacteria, took cyanobacteria and diluted it with water to a 48:1 ratio, added 80 milliliters of cyanobacteria fertilizer to a mixer dish, added 5 milliliters of gasoline to each dish. Using a pipette, I took samples. After 24 hours, no life was seen. After 72 hours, no life was seen. I allowed the hair bag to drip for 5 seconds before putting on the scale, recorded the mass, and repeated for trials 2 and 3. For all 3 trials, the average change in mass for type of hair showed that dog hair and grams soaked up more gasoline than cat hair or human hair. The amount soaked up by the dog hair nearly doubled the human hair, while the cat hair and dog hair were relatively close. For all 3 trials, the average change in mass for hair colors showed the amount soaked up was similar. However, blonde hair did absorb more than brown hair or black hair. Even with the hair soaking up the gasoline, the point of the cyanobacteria was to see if a simple form of life could survive a gasoline spill. I did have a control of the cyanobacteria and gasoline, but because there was no hair bag, change mass was not measured. I was hoping with hair as a treatment that it would allow the cyanobacteria to live or to partially live. However, the gasoline was too harsh on the cyanobacteria and no cyanobacteria was seen. Normally, when cyanobacteria comes in contact with a pollutant, it'll break down in several different pieces, but the gasoline was so severe it actually broke down the membrane, so I didn't see anything. I was going to base my results off of the amount of cyanobacteria left living plus the change in mass, but I just had to do change in mass of the bag instead. My hypothesis was partially supported in that dog hair is the best type of hair for soaking up gasoline. It was not supported, however, in that blonde hair was seen to be more essentially better than black hair. The oil in the hair allows the other oils to bind to it, so dog hair most likely has more oils than human hair or cat hair. Humans bathe a lot, so they get the oils off of their hair. Dogs don't bathe as much, and dogs will also produce more oil because they're more likely to be out in the sunlight than cats. The sunlight causes dogs to produce more oil to protect the hair. To recap, here are some more effects that could be avoided by using hair. For humans, oil contains cancer-inducing PAHs. For fish, it can kill their eggs. It interferes with gas exchange, causes changes in growth, fin erosion, and cancer. Feathers for birds normally keep them warm and buoyant, but with oil on the feathers, it causes them to drown slowly. Ingesting oil by cleaning themselves or eating oil-contaminated bacteria can cause reproductive disorders. Also, red blood cell deficiencies, pneumonia, PAHs on eggs, lowering hatching rate. Oil causes devastating effects in freshwater and saltwater environments. However, hair could be used to stop some of these effects. So much hair is being wasted and tossed into landfills. If we could use this hair, especially dog blonde hair, then we could help make the environment cleaner for us all. Special thanks to Clip and Dip, Cost Cutters, and Veterinary Cats for supplying me with hair. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present my project. I hope you guys enjoyed it.